I never really got along with my mum. That's how I'll start this. Not because I hated her, not even because she was cruel or distant or cold. She was just different, quiet, always keeping to herself. A woman of silence, a woman of secrets. She died on a Thursday morning, pancreatic cancer, fast, unforgiving. It crept in and swallowed her whole in less than 3 months. I barely had time to process the diagnosis before I was choosing the casket. We hadn't spoken much during that time, not because I didn't want to, but because she didn't. I'd bring her flowers, sit by her bed, and she'd just nod, eyes fixed out the window like the world beyond was more interesting than whatever I had to say. I was her only child. No siblings, no father around. He died when I was 9, or at least that's what I had always been told. After the funeral, I stayed in her house to handle the logistics, sell the furniture, clean out the closets, pack the memories. That's when I found the letter. It was hidden behind the panel in her bedroom closet, a small wooden box with a faded pink ribbon. Inside, one letter, yellowed and creased. On the front, for Jack, if I never tell you myself. Jack, that's me. I read it that night, alone. The house was silent, just like she had always been. The letter started like this. Jack, if you're reading this, I'm gone, and I never told you the truth. Not because I didn't want to, but because I was afraid of what it would do to you. This isn't about me, this is about your father. I froze. My father, she continued. He didn't die in a car accident like I told you. He didn't die at all. He left. Walked out the front door one rainy night when you were 9 and never came back. And I told you he was dead because I didn't want you waiting for someone who had already made his choice. I read that part over and over. He left? That couldn't be true. I remembered crying at the funeral. I remembered a closed casket. I remembered... No, wait, I didn't. I remembered a black suit, my mother crying, but not the body, not the casket, just images, vague, blurred. Had she faked it all? His name is Thomas Burke. He lives in Illinois. I kept tabs on him all these years. He remarried, has another son. I wanted to hate him, but I couldn't. He wasn't evil, just broken, and maybe I was too for lying to you all these years. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Another son. I had a brother. If you're angry, I understand. If you never forgive me, I'll accept that too. But I want you to know I only ever tried to protect you from the kind of pain I couldn't bear watching you go through. And then it ended with, you deserve to know where you come from, even if that means walking through fire to find the truth. I love you. Mom. I didn't sleep that night, just sat in the living room staring at nothing. The next morning, I booked a flight to Illinois. I found him, Thomas Burke. He was older, of course, grey hair, a limp. He lived in a modest 2-story house in a quiet neighborhood. When I knocked, he answered the door in a flannel shirt and slippers, confused at first. Then I said my name. His eyes widened. He didn't deny it, didn't act surprised, just nodded, like he'd been waiting for this moment for decades. We sat in his kitchen. No yelling, no dramatics, just 2 strangers bound by blood, sipping weak coffee and stronger regrets. He told me his side, said my mother was the love of his life. But after my birth, things changed. She changed, got distant, depressed. He felt helpless, lost. He fell into an affair, and when she found out, she told him to leave. And so he did, but he never expected her to tell me he died. He cried when I told him she passed. Not loud sobs, just silent tears that ran down his face like he wasn't sure if he deserved to mourn her. He introduced me to my half-brother later that day. His name is Nate. He's 24. I'm 32. Nate didn't know I existed, but he welcomed me with open arms, asked a million questions, laughed like we'd been friends forever. I felt like I had stepped into a parallel universe, one where my father didn't die, one where I had a brother, a family I never knew I lost. It's been 6 months since then. I visit every few weeks. We're taking it slow. Healing is never instant, but it's happening. I still miss my mom, still ache for the years lost to silence. But I understand now. She wasn't heartless. She was hurt. She didn't lie out of cruelty. She lied out of fear. Fear that I'd chase a ghost and end up shattered. And maybe she was right to protect me for a while. Maybe I needed to grow into the kind of man who could handle the truth. Because now that I know it, I finally feel whole.